finding out, I think on day 3, I was still sitting on my kitchen table organizing, and I found out that Quebec had 1,000 trucks ready to go. Yeah. And I was completely overwhelmed, and my first thought was this has all been a lie. All this division that they've been pushing was a lie. There is no East Canada versus West Canada. There's just Canada. And I think one of the first photos I saw was actually a Quebec man with the Quebec flag and the Alberta gentleman with the Alberta flag shaking hands. I mean, for me, that was a really big deal. That was one of the most profound things I'd ever seen. The second epiphany that I had was coming through Manitoba. And so imagine, if you will, we're driving across Canada, and we thought, we didn't know what to expect once we crossed the Saskatchewan-Manitoba border, because we legitimately thought the closer we got to Ottawa, the less support we would see. But boy, were we wrong. We came through Manitoba, and I have never seen crowds like that before. And I looked out my window, and I saw a First Nations, a couple of them, ladies, dancing and drumming in their full regalia. But standing beside them were about 4 Sikh gentlemen. And standing beside them were Hutterite ladies with their children holding thank you signs. And beside them were nuns in full habits. Canada! It didn't matter what color you were, it didn't matter what your income bracket was, it didn't matter what God you worshipped, it didn't matter where you lived in the country. We dropped the labels, and for the first time in a long time, we were just Canadians, and it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Because that's the Canada that I grew up in. And so I guess I'm kind of rambling on a little bit here, but so we're going back into court. Obviously, I have to also thank the Democracy Fund, as I said earlier, who is funding my criminal legal defense. Yes. Thankfully, I'm very lucky. I mean, I can't imagine. Before this trial started, I think the quote was, or the estimate was going to be $300,000. $300,000? So to have organizations like the Democracy Fund there to help people like me and to stand up for people and their civil liberties, the Justice Center for Constitutional Freedoms, yes, these guys are helping not just me and Chris, but there's others too, the week after our trial, Bern Buchert, you saw the Mandate Freedom on the video. Bern Buchert's trial starts on December the 4th. We got Chavez coming up, he's from Windsor, and we've got the Coots boys back home, they need all kinds of help. That would be nice. I'm sure that day is coming. As sad as it is, it's not great because this is our country, but all those things I find that they said about us during the convoy, like how terrible we were, and we were taking money from foreign entities, and we were being infiltrated by the Russians, and all this nonsense, right? But what's happening is it's all coming back to them, and that's karma. They got caught taking money from Beijing, the Trudeau Foundation. We have this big Chinese interference thing that's going to happen. I don't even know when. I guess they'll get around to that when they get around to, mischief is very important. Mischief must happen right now, but if there's a foreign government interfering in your government, it can wait. It's not mischief after all. So, just thank God for organizations like these that are helping us. And so I would strongly, strongly encourage you, if you know anyone that needs help that we don't know about, because we want to make sure that all these people get looked after. The one thing that I've always said, I'm so blessed and I'm so lucky that I'm being helped, but there's lots of people that aren't, that aren't being helped by these organizations. But Chris and I always said, no one gets left behind. Nobody gets left behind. So we have to make sure that we're helping all of these people. And I have no doubt that we're gonna win. I really do. I've never had any anxiety about this trial, which is kind of weird. Because my joke is like, I've never even been in Facebook jail before the convoy. Never, not even had a suspension, a warning, nothing. It's funny how life turns out, isn't it? Where was I? Anyways, no one gets left behind, and we really have to make sure. I think we're winning. I feel like we have God and the truth on our side. I think it was actually, yes, thank you. I think it was actually Keith Wilson that said to me one day, and here's an example. We're at the inquiry last fall. Brenda Lucky comes in and she's got this massive briefcase. Chrystia Freeland gets up with a big messy binder full of notes, and they're all coming up with, duotangs and notes. And Keith Wilson said to me, the truth doesn't need a binder. Haven't had to use one yet. So, without further ado, we're going to play some tunes here for you tonight. I hope you love it. My husband, Dwayne, so graciously is also here. Yes. He's been absolutely outstanding. I'm so grateful to have him. He's driven back and forth across Canada now for me. I don't even know how many times. Thank you. Yes. I'm very lucky. Okay, so we're going to play some tunes for you. I believe there's going to be a little bit of an intermission. I definitely want to come out at some point and meet some of you. I've had an opportunity to talk to some of you already. I don't think you quite understand how much it means to me and to any of us from the convoy to hear from you and hear your stories and your experience. I mean, that's what this was all about. This was the most Canadian thing I've ever been fortunate enough to be a part of. And in the video, I know I said I stopped going to Canada Day and I had stopped taking my kids, but I'm like the first one there now. Make Canada Day great again. I never have any problem finding my microphone. It's always the shortest one. Is it a requirement that you have to wear sunglasses when you play a saxophone? I'm just wondering. I could have been a contender, but my head wasn't cold enough. As a child, my wild eyes made up for what I was not. Now the chains are rattled, and I don't even care. I'm too young to be sure, and I'm far too old to be scared. By the gun, by the bullet, by the trigger, by the time. I could have been a contender. By the last drop of blood that I can squeeze up my pride. I'm gonna be a contender. I'm gonna be a contender. Hell, if you think it's easy, you best come well prepared. I live in no man's land, and you'll have to kill me there. I still love the taste of sweat, and I love the smell of blood. Oh yeah, alright. I love the rattle in my head. I love the fire in my room. By the gun, by the bullet, by the trigger, by the time. I could have been a contender. By the last drop of blood that I can squeeze on my pride. I'm gonna be a contender. You were right to be mad about the things your mother never taught you. 'Cause I was there when the uppercut caught you. I was there for the 10 count. Tell you the truth, you're better off being naked with death. You're better off making with regrets. You're better off making with your truth. I still put my money on you. I still put my money on you. 'Cause kid, you've got heart. By the gun, by the bullet, by the trigger, by the time. I could have been a contender. By the last drop of blood that I can squeeze in my pride. I'm gonna be a contender. By the gun, by the bullet, by the trigger, by the time. I could have been a contender. By the last drop of blood that I can squeeze in my pride. I'm gonna be a contender. Thank you. All right, y'all can help me out with this one. I'm pretty sure you're gonna know the words. Lift